A surprise for me!
Reveal yourself!
No! Hello! Oh my god, that entrance was kind of dry. Kind of like your vagina, Laganja. Hello!
Y'all, it's very dry up in here. Kind of like your...
Girl, is it very dry? Kind of like your vagina, mama?
Yes, it's very dry, because you know this is the house of dry.
Bootleg Opinions.
And if you're new to the Bootleg family, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends all about this series. And oh, check out my Patreon. We have a lot of exclusive content, behind the scenes, early access, and we also watch Drag Race together and talk a lot of Subscribe today. We are like 4 months into this season and we're almost near the finish line, girl. Are you ready to cross this finish line?
I swear this season has been as long as the pandemic, girl. It is just the Energizer Bunny. It just never stops. And I kind of live.
This is not much of a reunion as me and you both saw. It was kind of like a recap, if you will.
Yeah, it was definitely unique in its own right. It was long. It was real long.
And do you remember I texted you? I was like, let's do the reunion together. And you were like, there's no reunion. They're just doing music videos. And I was gagging. I was like, really? Then what the F are we gonna talk about? And you were like, yeah, girl, I know, right? No reunion. Nasty, girl, right?
Girl, I don't know what the actual tea is. All I know is this is what we got. So let's make the best of it and let's recap these girls.
All right, was this the top 4 that you expected?
Well, it's not exactly the top 4 I was expecting. I really didn't think that Kandy Muse would make it in the end. But besides her, this is the top 4 that I did expect, and I'm very happy to see really all of them there. You know, I think they've all had a great trajectory this season, and to see them grow and really fully develop into their own characters, it's been a great ride to me, actually. I've enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, same here. Symone, I saw on the top. Gottmik, I saw on the top. I'm with you with Kandy. I didn't see her in the top just because on the first few episodes that we saw, she wasn't really doing that well. Rosé, she surprised me. Not that I didn't expect her to be in it, because in the beginning of the season, they weren't showing that much of her, and they kept showing like her almost reaching the top, like getting her highs, and then she wasn't winning. So I thought maybe she was gonna get that Jan edit, you know, like her friend, that in the middle of the season, she'll get chopped. And Tamisha Iman, I thought she went home a little bit too early. Same thing with Denali and Kahmora Hall.
Absolutely, I can see that. I definitely would have loved to have seen more of Kahmora Hall. I really enjoyed her look and her drag aesthetic. I would have liked to have had her there a little bit longer, for sure.
And what a great way to exit getting eliminated, looking that gorgeous.
Mama, she really was giving you dragon realness, or should I say dragoon realness.
Speaking of realness, some say that we're desperate, but I would say that we're actually just smart people. We're actually wearing our merch. I'm wearing my Bootleg Queen merch. And what are you wearing, Laganja?
I've got my exclusive 420 merch on, Mama. You know she's celebrating the holidays.
Oh my god, we're almost like twinsy today because you got your wet hair bob wig on and I got my black wig wet hair look on, because if it ain't wet, I ain't interested, Mom.
Period, honey. It's a wet girl summer.
Speaking of, it's kind of like a dry vagina. Did you watch that episode me and Sakura did the other week where we just kept like bringing you up because it was the roasting challenge, and we just kept saying like the jokes were very dry, kind of like your vagina, Mama.
Mama, I took a hit every time one of y'all brought that up. So needless to say, she was medicated.
She was high. She was gay, honey.
Honey, put your lighters up. Ganja's in the house. Ew.
Next up, we have everybody's favorite, Joey J.
I have that famous clip of me where they're showing me on the pit stop Dax the nerd and asking me if that's Violet's mother. And I'm like, no, Dax the nerd? So they switched it and they made it to Joey J is gay. And they're like, do you think Joey J is gay? And I'm all, no. And they're like, yes. And I'm like, what? Joey J is gay? It's too much, girl. I cannot. The kids have time on their hands, honey.
And your nails were like this, and somebody screen captured it like this, your hand. Dax, the nerd, and they were like, I can't, it's the nails for me, girl.
It's the nails for me, mama.
Did you see Joey J going home that early?
Honestly, I did, only because I just knew with the short hair it was gonna be a drag no-no. I personally love all forms of drag, so I don't necessarily feel this way, but I just knew the show was gonna really be hard on that, and I did see her early exit being a possibility.
Oh my god, this got Lance Bass gay icon in her music video while she was doing NSYNC.
Baby, she let everybody know I'm sickening and bye, okay?
Do you remember listening to Bye 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 while growing up? Were you from that era? You were from the 90s, right? Or 80s?
Mama, how dare you? I was born in 88. Good try. Yes, I was raised in the 90s. And of course, I was totally an NSYNC fan. I was never a Backstreet Boy baby.
Oh my god, I was a Backstreet Boy fan!
I liked them, but NSYNC was the one, honey.
Now, between Christina and Britney, who would you pick? I was Christina.
Britney, hands down. See, you just didn't know what was up.
Okay, what about Jessica Simpson and Mandy Moore?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore, too. I thought she was like the sweet young one.
That's so funny because you ended up more like Jessica Simpson.
I know! And just like Jessica Simpson, I have big breasts now. Now, the next person to go home was Tamisha Iman, and oh my god.
Honey!
Everything she said was iconic. The lady said, go home.
She said what she said. No, I loved Miss Tamisha Iman. I thought she was fabulous. I also have to give a huge shout out to her merch. If you haven't seen her tennis shoes with the Greek key, well, y'all already know I love the Greek key and I live for her shoes. And yeah, I thought she was just such a drag royalty character to have on the show. And I think she was amazing. And I definitely did miss having her on the show.
Now, are those cakes kind of dry? Kind of like your vagina, mama?
Oh, her shoes. Are they dry for me? The shoes? I don't know. I don't own a pair, but I bet they would keep your feet dry if that's what you mean.
I have a surprise for you!
A surprise for me?
Reveal yourself!
No!
Hello! Oh my god, that entrance was kind of dry. Kind of like your vagina, Laganja. Hello!
Wait a second! I'm so gagged right now. I love being put on the spot like this.
There are so many times that I have quoted you, Laganja, so the fact that we're doing this review together right now and I'm surprising you just means the world to me, and I love you so much. And you made me almost as gay as Joey J, so you're to blame for that. So thank you, mama.
Work! She better tie it all into, bring it round and round with the Joey J line. I love a professional queen. I must say, you look like a drag queen, while my sister Yuhua and I look like the broke bitches we are. Please buy our merch.
Oh, I have my shirt too, honey. You guys want to get this shirt right here, honey? I drew it myself.
Oh, you better work. Okay.
Oh, she's underdressed.
I draw my own merch, so this is actually my own personal illustration. It's available at clubkids.co.uk. So if you guys want to get that variant, you'll have to order from the UK. Otherwise, go to rock'emsoftware.com.
But I just have one question. Does it keep you dry, mama?
Kinda dry, but kinda like your vagina, mama.
Y'all know that I'm still here, right?
Oh, hi, Yuhua. Yes, thank you so much, Yuhua, bringing me together with my mother. She didn't even know she was a mother, so thank you.
It's Mother Earth, honey, Mother Earth. She keeps it green, and if it ain't green, I'm not interested. Oh, God!
If it ain't green, I'm not interested.
So Laganja, this is almost like when you're in the Interior Illusions Lounge and then they bring the TV out and then they're like, oh, this is your family moment. And we got...
This is your moment.
This is much better than my Untucked moment because that gives me PTSD. This is just giving me lots of good vibes and gayetry. So I'm in and I'm here for it.
So this is not making you feel very attacked, right?
No, I'm not feeling attacked. I'm feeling cool, calm, collected, and ready to roll out with the next contestant who went home. Henny.
Just my personal opinion, I think she's ready for All Stars. I don't know if y'all are listening, but make some noise for her. Not Yuhua.
Oh, look at the dolls.
The other one.
Look at the dolls.
The other dry one. Laganja.
Oh, I was just about to say, this is the house of dry.
Well, I think that's so weird because we're obviously so wet, mama.
Could you imagine if we were all on Canada's Drag Race, then we would be House of Canada's dry.
I hate you.
If we were on Down Under, this would be kind of dry. Kind of like your vagina, like Down Under.
Oh, I'm done.
We still talking about Tamisha?
Tamisha and I can definitely see her in All Stars.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I would love to see her in All Stars. I think that's actually gonna happen. I totally see that.
We need a fearless girl like Tamisha to come into All Stars fully ready to eliminate who she needs to get to the top. But also, too, she's such a good representation for, like, old school drag and that kind of, like, drag mom, drag community, kind of bring your sisters up sort of mentality. We really need that.
Oh, and by the way, her music video was absolutely fierce.
I was gonna say, do you remember when you guys had to sing on the album?
Yes, our season started that. It was the covers. I did Jealous of Your Boogie.
I remember that one. I wish we still did those. I kind of want to see people, like, kind of struggle.
Don't make me do the rap for you.
Do the rap for us.
Wait, hold on.
Well, she forgot.
Wait, no, I just had it. Oh,
You want to
shit.
start beatboxing?
Oh, I got it. Girls always be so jealous of my boogie, so let me break it down for you like a fortune cookie. I'm surrounded by newbies, amateurs, and rookies, and they always want a piece of my Lulu lookie. So I keep it real simple and I just pay hooky, collect my coin, and give it to my bookie, and I let these girls keep touching on my nookie, cause to me they ain't nothing. Cause to me they ain't true blood. I liked this line. This was real creative. Cause to me they ain't true blood. Nah, suck it. You remember that?
Oh,
Okay.
Come on with the two other Asians in the chat right now. We're like, Suki.
Next up we have LaLa Ri, and she's wearing her red hair and also black outfit, and her music video, oh my god. Her song is so catchy, and she posted on Instagram before, and the lyrics are there, and when she starts rapping,
That's rapping, Yuhua.
Is that how her rap goes?
girl, this is the bootleg version, honey. You can't get better than that, honey.
Well, I gotta say, the one thing about her that I really remember is her paper sack dress.
You know what? You gotta make something so bad that it's memorable.
I based my whole career off that.
Me too!
Nicole Byer, when it came out, her head went like this. With her ponytails.
If you have to do like the dog trying to figure out what's happening, like head adjusting, you know you did a good job. People will remember you.
And she talked about in this reunion is that her favorite look from RuPaul's Drag Race was actually the snake look that she brought. Coincidentally as well, it is also our
Totally.
favorite look on Bootleg.
The snake look.
Oh, that look was so sickening.
Right. Catching some snakes, honey.
Her body was so gorgeous in that, and also too, it also just highlighted her amazing, gorgeous, like skin blending techniques.
All right, next up is Elliot with 2 T's, honey. Not to be confused with Elliot with 1 T or 2 tea bags for selling some t-shirts. And she has quite a run on this season because she started off with being eliminated.
Like 20 times.
You know, it's been a long run for her, girl. I thought she's a really good dancer.
That's it. I always think about that flamingo outfit. That gives me PTSD. And I wasn't even on that season.
Oh girl, her with like no lips. I was like, oh my god, where is the rest of your lipstick?
She said, honey, let's do no lips, a nude ruffle on the side, and to top it all off, bad hair.
She said, my lips are gonna be as dry as your vagina, mama, honey. Oh, yes, God.
Well, besides that one horribly tragic look, which I will have to agree with you on, that was not my favorite, she did have some very nice, classic, put-together looks. I think you're right. We absolutely remember her for her dancing. And, you know, she really did last a long time in the competition, especially with what she was up against. So, way to go, Elliot.
Next up is Miss Denali, and her lip sync for me was hands down one of my favorites from this season. Her and Kahmora, when they did 100% Pure Love, and when she was dancing in that Quetzal bird outfit, gorgeous. She was having fun, and I actually thought that she was gonna go a little bit further because she was funny. She did great in the Snatch Games.
Well, she's a dancer too. She's like an ice skater. You can definitely see it in the way that she lip syncs and the way that she like has lines when she dances too. I always remember that aspect to her. But one thing that I always remember about her, like from the season, is that she was kind of like the Susan Lucci of the season.
And we all know about losing. All three of us.
Well, I definitely really enjoyed her performance on this season as well. Obviously, as a dancer myself, of course, I respect what she's able to do because she dances and then does it in ice skates, which is extremely difficult. I actually loved most of her looks this season. I think her chandelier dress is one that really sticks in my memory as being stellar. And I would absolutely love to see her on All Stars as well. I think she's got a lot more to show, and I would like for her to have that opportunity.
Right, and going by the rates that Drag Race is producing Drag Race now, she'll probably be on All Stars 8. What season are we on? She'll probably be on All Stars 7.
Yeah, exactly.
And the same 5 queens competing every season. Anyway.
Jujubee will be on in a walker.
Her and Manila, girl. Anyway. Next up, we have everybody's favorite runway looks. The queen of the runways is Tina Burner, or should I say Tuna Burger?
I said the same thing.
Every time we watch Tina Burner on stage, did anyone else want McDonald's?
Let me ask you girls, if you know this. We asked RuPaul to act her age. What did she do?
Girl, she ran and hid.
Girl, she was dry, kind of like your vagina, mama.
No, you're supposed to say she died because that's Lady Bunny's joke.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. For some reason.
So, oh, I think we forgot to talk about Tina Burner. So, what do y'all think about Tina Burner?
She's...
Well, I really enjoyed Tina Burner. I think she's a great comedian, and I actually don't mind the red, orange, yellow looks. I think it's something that we obviously all talk about and remember, so to me, that's like, check mark, job well done. I just feel like with Tina at this point, it's like if I were to go on the show and keep coming down the runway in green weed leaf. It's like, mama, we get it. That's your signature. You're gonna go to that a lot. Totally think that's cool. I wear my signature ganja looks all the time. But again, it's Drag Race, so like, let's break away from that. You've already heard the judges say we don't want to see any more red, orange, and yellow.
I think she did a good job on the branding because we remember Tina Burner for the red, yellow, and orange looks. The only thing is that she had a couple of like hiccups with getting the outfits ready and like with fitting and everything. So if she was able to like effectively have the designers that she wanted, and there's a lot of COVID restrictions, I think she would have been like more memorable. She worked with a lot of designers that I think she hadn't already worked with and didn't really know her body. And to get ready for a season on COVID, it's just really unfortunate. If you guys are watching right now, go follow Tina Burner because she recently did her own version of the roast, and she wore this beautiful like burn book outfit, and her body looked great. Her makeup was like on point. If you want to see Tina Burner at her best, go watch that video.
The thing I was most especially surprised with Tina Burner was that she knows how to sew. Why weren't they fitting? You know what I mean?
Just imagine if somebody in a t-shirt read you and you had the looks that she did, how you would feel.
We are the bootleg, honey. We are bootleg. Next up is Utica Queen, and oh my lord, this queen brought the fashions, honey.
I remember her sleeping bag look like immediately when you said her name. So yeah, I do think she had some great looks.
One of my favorite looks from her was her Meet the Queens where she did the tiered top hat. She's a very talented seamstress, and she really has a very eclectic, unique style that she's bringing to Drag Race. Not just in her outfits, but she brought like a very unique and different personality.
She makes a lot of her outfits too. She sews and she designs them.
Well, and everyone wanted to hate on her snatch game, but I still remember it and I still think it was funny. I mean, that image of her with the green tongue and spraying the card, I don't know, it's burned in my memory for sure.
And just like Bob Ross being cutthroat was kind of memorable. I mean, that's the thing is people have to understand that as Drag Race, like you get on Drag Race, you're not there to always look good. People remember the times that you either flop or misunderstood. Like people love those moments when you're vulnerable or you're real, because she had a flop of a character, but we totally completely remember it. Like who was everybody else?
Gottmik was Paris Hilton. Denali was the guy from Queer Eye.
JVN.
Symone was Harriet Tubman. Olivia was that like cooking person.
See, like, I don't remember Olivia's at all because she didn't, like, lend herself to, like, being like, okay, we gotta go full in.
Speaking of Olivia, next up is Olivia, the most beautiful smile there is on season 13. And she is young, she is hung, and she is mannequin.
And she definitely does not want to get stung.
And she is young.
Okay, now I'm starting to feel very attacked, okay?
And I certainly march the beat of my own drum, honey. These legs are everything, honey. Oh, cause she is go gay, honey.
Oh my god, the legs!
Oh.
Publicly roast me. I love it. Well, keep it going, Mama. I've still got a couple catchphrases you haven't done yet. So come on, Natch.
Come on, Natch!
Come on, props to you, mama. Just send me the home.
Someone pick up my nail.
Oh.
Look like a mess.
Oh my god.
Close. It was, can someone pick off my nail that fell off because I'm such a disaster?
I literally had one of those moments before Drag Race because one of my shoes didn't come in and I was like, I just don't want to go to Walgreens right now because the lady doesn't have my shoes, but I gotta go check if they're there. Will you just drive me there, please? That was me to my boyfriend. I don't know if you guys have had a panic attack, but if your first one is on TV, it's not fun. I had a panic attack when I got eliminated too. That's why I cried so much.
Yes, it's intense. RuPaul's Drag Race is not for sissies, okay?
Unless you're sissies with a wig on, honey.
Honey.
All right. What do we think?
Olivia.
So, we never talked about her.
Yeah, we never talked about her.
Yeah, I really loved Olivia. I think she is beautiful. I think she's absolutely talented. I thought her looks were very well put together. I will say they're not the most memorable to me. I would just say sequins and gowns and nice updos. Nothing's really coming to the forefront of my memory, but I do really like her as a contestant. I thought she was very sweet and kind, and I thought that was good. I know sometimes the judges were like, we need more, but sometimes I think just being nice and kind is enough. We need more queens like that.
Can you imagine just like people like, you gotta tone it up if you want to get to the final four, and someone's just like, no, I'd rather keep my integrity and be nice and stick to what I believe in. I definitely think that too, that we need more nice queens in this community, especially because like cutthroat behavior will only get you so far in the real world of drag. It's actually like the people who thrive, that are professional and are kind and easy to work with, that get booked and get these gigs, you know?
I agree.
But yeah, her smile was great.
And that's Olivia, honey. All right, next up is Symone, and she has brought some of the most memorable looks down this runway, including the train look, her boxing look, a lot of looks.
Yeah.
The pocket. I mean, they just kept going and going. Agreed.
The pocket one was so iconic. She just like miniaturized herself and said, I'm gonna sit in a pocket. But fashion.
Oh, I didn't like that look. Sorry, y'all.
Well, you're crazy. She always had fashion on her side, and I loved it. And I loved, again, the train look. That was definitely one of my favorites. And again, she had a lot of personality and a lot of growth on the season, which again is why I think she's in the top, because she started in one place with an incredible caliber and then continued to show that same amount and bring more and more and grow as a person on the show. So I'm very happy to see her in the top, and I personally won't be surprised to see if she was to take the crown.
Watching the show, like, I just want to be her friend.
Dear Diary, today Laganja called me crazy. Little did she know that I'm actually just bootleg.
You almost nailed it. You almost nailed it. Yeah, you took me there.
Should I put a no smoking sign on my head too?
Little do you guys know, I'm actually recording this under a table right now.
Oh, okay. All right, next up is Rosé, honey. She's reached so many highs, but she's never really won much of her challenges until the end. Either her looks are really high or just not fitting to her. And I thought that she did amazing on her season with her acting challenges, with her snatch game.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I think Rosé really showed that she had a lot of talent. And I think that's why I always saw her in the top, because I do know her and I have been able to work with her. And I mean, she just has the voice of an angel. I agree with you. Sometimes her looks were big misses for me, but when she hit it on the head, she really hit it home.
Oh,
Again,
sure.
Thrilled to see her in the top. I love her, and I think people with that much talent should continue to create different landscapes in the art form of drag. You know, she said she wants to be on Broadway as Rosé, and I can absolutely see that happening.
I love Rosé, but if any of you guys ever ever get in a fight with me and you start singing, I'm going to full on suplex you. I swear. If I'm like, don't yell at me, and she's like, that's what you just did, full on, there would be a dead body on the floor.
See, and I would just start singing back. I'll be like, well, then I'm gonna yell louder. Like,
same here, girl.
I live for all that. I love all that gayetry. I love it.
If you're gonna act a fool, I'm gonna act a fool and be extra even petty. And Rosé, even if she doesn't win this season, I can definitely see her on All Stars, girl. She's bringing it. Next up is Kandy Muse, and I think she's one of the most memorable people from this season, whether you like her or not.
Definitely. She was definitely the narrator of the season. I know a lot of people gave her hate this season for being like out there and being like in your face, but that's something that we really need to like appreciate about her. Like, she is a type of person to speak her mind. We have to realize that like people just express themselves differently, and she made it to top 4 with her drive and determination. I really appreciate that, and I'm glad she didn't go home. I'm glad she didn't go home.
And
I'll be honest. Oh.
And I love her I don't give a f attitude, girl. We need more of that. Love it.
That's good. Yeah, let's move on. Nah, I'm not gonna, after you said that nice thing, I'm not gonna just end with a doozy. Someone who loves reality TV and who appreciates people who bring their full, authentic selves with or without the camera. I'm so glad she stayed in the top 2 because I think it would have been boring without her. And love her or hate her, she is always providing that soundbite and that thing that you're gonna talk about. And I think that means she played the season probably smarter than anyone else.
We owe her so much because this season is 300 episodes long and she made it bearable. You guys go thank her on Twitter right now, okay?
That's if she didn't block you yet. Because you know how these girls are now. Block, 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 block. Last up is Gottmik, and she slayed this season.
Honestly, as I've said to you many times when we've been reviewing this season, you know, Gottmik's my friend. I really wanted them to do well, and they did. Are you kidding me? Like, the looks, the acting challenges, Snatch Game. I mean, it's just been one hit after the other. So I am so proud to see Gottmik in the top, as I knew it would be all along. Still saying, that's my winner.
My top picks are definitely Gottmik and Symone. But Gottmik really just brings this essence of like fresh takes on drag, interesting silhouettes, and iconic behavior. And iconic speaking patterns, because you know how we're like constantly like, yes, God, Mama, Laganja. Like on season 12, people are like, Gaga Tundra, Gaga Trundra.
Gorge, gorge.
Gorge. People are gonna be talking like that. Like Laganja changed the drag vernacular, or like drag and gay vernacular from season 6 on. Gottmik is changing it from season 12 on. Trust me, this is gonna be a new wave. Mama.
Mama! So what are your favorite moments from this season? Mine is Tamisha and Kandy fighting, and also Denali and Kahmora lip syncing together.
My favorite was definitely Snatch Game. I just loved Gottmik, and I loved Symone. I thought Symone was so smart and so clever, and I really loved seeing them play that game and kill it.
My favorite part was seeing Utica bomb at the Rose Challenge, because we've never seen someone bomb that hard and have the judges be like, you're bombing up there, why don't you just go home? Like,
you're the one up there bombing!
Say bomb one more time.
Bomb.
Bob, the drag queen.
Okay, what are your favorite looks from this season? Mine was definitely Denali's Quetzal look, Kahmora Hall's elimination look, and a bunch of Symone looks and Gottmik's looks. And Rosé's up there too.
My favorite look was Gottmik's safety pin fascinator with the leather jacket. I really loved that. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, Denali's chandelier dress.
One of my favorite looks was Gottmik's little black dress look. That was so iconic. My favorite look of the season was Symone's Black Lives Matter outfit, because it was very iconic with the message, the delivery, and she also did it on the same episode that she did Harriet Tubman, so come on.
Come on, Natch!
Come on, Natch! I'm so sorry, Laganja. I'm so sorry.
I love it.
She's feeling very attacked.
No, I love it. I love it.
So everybody this is our recap of Bootleg Opinions times season 13, since there was lack of a reunion this season. Thank you, Laganja. Thank you, Rockham.
Thank you, sisters. I'm so glad that, you know, during quarantine, we've been able to do these episodes, and honestly, watching season 13 wouldn't have been the same if I didn't have you, you know, giving me your bootleg opinion. So I love you, and thank you for my surprise today. I love you too, sister. Mwah.
Love you, Laganja. Yuhua, thank you so much for having me on this channel today. Of course, all of our socials are linked below. But one of my favorite things about this season, of course, is Bootleg Opinions. And it's gonna be really sad next week when the finale happens, and then Bootleg Opinions, you know, is gonna go into hiding for, I don't know, one more week because of Drag Race Down Under.
And then España, and then All Star 6. Girl, they ain't ever stopping, girl.
I'm so sad for the hiatus.
And if y'all had a great time today, our Venmos and our PayPals are in the link in the description below. Bye, dry vaginas! Again, this is the House of Dry.
House so dry, kind of like... We don't tongue pop, we go...
Because it's dry. Alright, y'all, here is my moments of grace where I say thank yous to those who have tipped me in the last week. And this week, y'all came in. I don't know if y'all felt bad for me because nobody tipped in the video with me and Angelique, or it's because me and Aja went in and we were especially petty. So I got some 5s, I got some dollars, I even got some 10s and above. So thank you so much for supporting Pandemic Drag. So I have Tony and Hector, Kenny Keene, Amy Shames, Article 1, Bradley John Tyndall, Ben Kobasheshikiwi, I'm saying your last name wrong, I'm sorry, Sarah Brenna, Brooke Hunchel, Ryan Buchanan, Mark Kwan, Ann Dimitri, The Wolf Family, woof, woof, Alex Parakis, Michael Graham, Caitlin Valance, Dan Eggleston, Dylan L, Ivan Montoya, Imran Khan, Eric Ames, Alistra Marathi, Susan Rutledge, Raymond Alvarez, Maria Garcia, Charles Fish, and Meryl Kahn. Thank you all so much. Till next time, bye!